Niko, thanks again for taking the time. Welcome home, by the way. I mean, I'm sure this has got to be a thrilling experience for you. I used to mention that your family had season tickets when you were younger, right?
Yeah.
Do you know where they were here in the building?
One of two rows. It was just kind of down the way from us. On the end, on the aisle up there, those last two seats. And yeah, but it was wooden benches then,
right.
Before they didn't even have the chair back seats. But I remember it vividly.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. I know there's a lot of excitement for you and your family, the fact that you get to come home. There's also, I know sometimes when people go home to work, there can also be added pressures, added excitement. So what are kind of the emotions that you get to come home and coach in this environment right now?
You know what, to be honest, it's been hard to even process all that yet in such a short period of time. I mean, right now it's exciting, but there's so much on your plate right now that you don't have, again, a lot of time to think about it. But yeah, I mean, so many people, whether you went to high school or college with them or friends, are like, hey, man, this is great. You're back home. And that's all awesome. But of course, there is an added, listen, pressure, that's part of the job. I don't consume myself with that, you know what I mean, at all. But net overall, it's pretty cool, and I'm really excited for this opportunity.
You mentioned it hasn't even sunk in yet. I know there hasn't been a lot of time. You hit the ground running pretty much right away. I mean, the portal opened up just a couple of days ago. What has it been like so far for you trying to manage the portal and try to get settled at the same time?
Well, I think, on top of that, we were just playing in the NCAA tournament a few days ago. I think, what I've learned, and I've been through this, before, and, you have experiences, and you try to keep the main thing. And obviously, yesterday and now it's just kind of, getting yourself onboarded. Obviously, you start with the current players on the team. Obviously, yes, we're already, recruiting and trying to figure out what the roster, might look like next year. That's going to be a process that way, figuring out, your staff and who's going to come with you, because it starts with getting the right people, trying to energize some people in our fan base and our community, right, that way. So all those things are kind of what you're doing, but it's still more important to do it right than it is to just do it right now.
Yeah. When you look at this team and, for people who haven't maybe watch a lot of Colorado State men's basketball or in any other of the previous places that you play, for the fans that are going to be coming into this building, what type of style, what type of team do you anticipate they'll see?
Well, I mean, I think when you've looked at our teams in the past, I mean, you're going to see a team that moves the ball, that shares the ball. We've always been prior stops, among the leaders in the country in assists to field goals made. We've always been among the leaders in the country in 2-point field goal percentage. I think we play a really unselfish, pleasing style to watch. I think it's a style that the players really like. That's what we intend to do, is to continue to do the things that have allowed us to be successful. Having said that, it's not about that. It's about players, you know what I mean? And our job is to find, the players that eventually we, get here and become part of the program. It's our job to put them in the best positions to be successful. And I think we do a good job of doing that. But it's going to be a style I would compare it if people remember John Beilein at Michigan in the Big Ten. There's some of that. But it's kind of unique to us, and keeps developing over time. But I think it's a style fans will enjoy.
You mentioned yesterday in your press conference that it's not just one man that can come and turn his program around. You mentioned, I believe in your words, it's going to take a lot of us. It's going to take all of us. What exactly did you mean by that?
Well, I think the world we live in, first of all, I mean, I don't care, people can say you're a great coach. There's never been a great coach who hasn't had great players. Listen, that's what it's about. Great players who are great people. When your best players are your best people, you can really do something. Your coaching staff, I mean, surrounding yourself with those people, they make me look like I know what I'm doing, right? I mean, that's what it's about. But even bigger than that, it's just, we really have to rally this community, behind our program and athletics here at Minnesota. With the NIL going on and everything right now, I just think there's such a unique opportunity here in the Twin Cities to really be a leader in that. I think being in the market we are actually is a huge advantage. I think being in the Big Ten is a huge advantage. And I think sometimes timing is right, and it just feels like the time is right. But to be candid, yes, I think fans have a way of impacting our success in a way that they never had before. So, hey, please go and, join Dinkytown athletes, and that's going to be a part of it. But I believe we can do it here. But it's going to take a lot of people and our community really rallying behind the program. But then it's our job to help sell that vision and get people excited about investing in what we do. So all those things kind of converging into one is what's going to give us an opportunity to make it great.
What makes coaching and playing in this conference such a challenge?
I mean, because you're competing against the best every night. I mean, that's what this is. You're competing against the best every night. Every game you play is going to be a war. I mean, it's hard to win any game. But with that, there's opportunity. When you play against the best, there's opportunity. I want to challenge ourselves against the best. I want this program to be seen as somebody who can contend in our league, who can play in the NCAA tournament, win in the NCAA tournament. And when you do that, this place will be electric. It's going to be hard, but it's hard for everybody in this league.
Lastly for you, you mentioned Ben in your press conference yesterday as well. You mentioned you have a personal relationship with Ben. What was it like? Have you spoken with him at all? And what was it like?
Messages, but I wanted him to know. I've known Ben, gosh, I don't know how many years. He's a terrific person. He's a terrific coach. And again, he played here. He poured everything he had into the program here for the last 4 years. Again, when I speak about timing, this isn't just about me. It's sometimes the timing is not perfect either. He's going to get another opportunity to be a head coach if that's what he wants, and he's going to do great. And so, just want him to know that he's a Gopher. I'm a Gopher, but it was just important for me to say that.
I lied. One last one. What has you most excited about this opportunity for yourself?
Just the timing of it. I just feel like the timing is now to really do this, to kind of maybe for a renaissance of Minnesota basketball, and kind of converging the history into a present that everybody can be excited about. And I'm excited to get to work. I know how hard it's going to be. I'm a competitive a person that way, but I can see the vision of that happening, and so I'm excited to be a part of that.
Niko, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Welcome home.
Thank you.
All right.